Well, we're not going to see what most people are expecting. That's for sure. I can guarantee you that, because most people looking at the weights and saying, oh, they're too far apart, Canelo's too big. No, we're not going to see what y'all think we're going to see. We're going to see a...
Canelo, what did you think about the shove, that moment that happened on stage?
Wow. I'm turning on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13th?
I don't know, but made me feel more excited.
Love it.
I'm gonna train so far.
Roy Jones Jr. just finished training with Terence Crawford, and he didn't hold back. He said Canelo Alvarez is going to sleep. And that's no casual statement. It's the opinion of one of boxing's sharpest minds after watching Crawford spar. Move, punch, and adapt right in front of him. Jones saw the weight Crawford has gained and how it's impacted him. And after witnessing it all, he believes Crawford's power and speed are more than enough to knock Canelo out. Jones has seen many greats, but what he witnessed in Crawford was different. He didn't sugarcoat anything. He made it clear Canelo won't be able to handle this version of Crawford. If anyone knows what it takes to jump weight classes and make history, it's Roy Jones Jr.
On the streets, you and Canelo, what would it look like?
Come on, man. Y'all know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it. On the streets, I'm me against anybody. I ain't never going to say another man going to whoop me. So, you know what I mean? That's your answer right there.
I guess in Guadalajara, you think it'd be a little different on the streets if Terence came to town?
I think every city, every place is different, no? It's different. But we don't talking about the streets. We're talking about boxing.
That kind of statement from Roy Jones adds even more heat to a fight that's already being called one of the biggest moments in recent boxing history. Crawford isn't slowly stepping into the spotlight. He's charging straight in, fully prepared. This intensity was clear when Canelo Alvarez recently asked for a smaller ring for their fight. He's probably hoping to limit Crawford's ability to move and box. It was a sign that Canelo expected Crawford to use footwork and angles rather than stand and trade. But instead of ignoring it, Crawford took that challenge head-on and gave a bold response.
Forwards, to be honest with you, like when I talk to Bud, I kind of like he convinces me that he's going to win the fight because he's such a believer in his own ability and he's very convincing. And then you see the presser yesterday, and I thought Canelo looked really well. Do you know what I mean? Obviously he's a big lump, so I was always Canelo. Then I sort of leant towards Bud, but now I'm back with Canelo. So.
The only running I'll be doing, Crawford said at a press conference, is running upside his head. He's got a big head too. The line was funny, but it wasn't just a joke hit. It came with real intent. Crawford made it clear he's not avoiding pressure, he's inviting it. Instead of dismissing the smaller ring idea, he turned it into fuel and boldly stated his plan. I'm hunting him, he said. I'm hunting everything that he's got, and I'm going to take it come September 13th. He's not playing defense. He's coming for a takeover.
The era that surpassed us, you know, the Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya, we both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and you know the Kovalevs and Triple G's, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights, you know. So this is my mega fight. This is my moment, and that's the reason why I want to fight an all-time great like Canelo.
These aren't just tough words. They're the words of someone who's never been on the losing side. Crawford's record is spotless: 41 wins, 31 by knockout, and titles in 4 different weight classes. He recently added a super welterweight title to that list by beating Israel Madramov with a dominant, unanimous decision. Now he's jumping up to more weight divisions to challenge the undisputed champ in a 5th class. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez is coming off one of the dullest performances of his career, a decision win over William Skull that left fans unimpressed.
I'm going with Terence Crawford, you know. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
In that fight, Canelo and Skull threw only 445 punches total over 12 rounds. One of the lowest numbers ever in a major title bout. It wasn't just boring, it raised concerns. It's not about Canelo's legacy, which is full of impressive victories, but about where he stands now. He didn't look like the aggressive, clever counterpuncher we're used to. Instead, against Skull, he looked flat and hesitant. It seemed like he was more focused on surviving than hurting his opponent, and that a version of Canelo won't survive long against someone like Crawford.
Does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Earl Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make 168.
That's exactly the kind of Canelo that plays right into Crawford's hands. Bud thrives on fighters who stay still or slow down. His style is sharp, calculating, and dangerous when triggered. If Canelo hesitates or holds back, Crawford will take full control. And this fight isn't just about technique anymore. The tension is real. At a New York press conference, things got physical. Crawford stepped up to Canelo, and Canelo responded by shoving him. Both teams jumped up, and security had to step in. This wasn't a scripted scene, it was real emotion from two fighters with everything to prove.
It's cool. Well,
is there a champions?
I'm going to fight another elite
There is
fighter
a champions, good fighters, but elite fighters is different. Wait.
So I'm going to fight an elite fighter in September.
Yeah, okay.
Then we
want to find out.
Then we're going to find out.
And don't get me wrong, you're a great fighter.
I know I'm great.
You're a great fighter, but are you going to find out? I hope your uncle Turki Alashi pay you enough money because it's going to be the last. That's for sure.
It may be. Maybe.
I hope he pay you enough.
But you know, after fighters fight me, they ain't never the same. So I just hope.
Both fighters have conquered 4 weight classes. Both have been undisputed champions. Both want to walk out of Las Vegas on September 13th with more than just another win. They want legacy. For Crawford, this is his shot at eternal greatness. A chance to silence every critic and stand above every welterweight and lightweight in boxing history. For Canelo, who holds a record of 63 wins and 39 knockouts, it's about proving he's still elite. After talk of decline, this fight is his. Chance to shut everyone up once and for all.
Happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better. You know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out. You know what I'm saying?
Then there's Bernard Hopkins, a boxing legend who worked closely with Canelo during his Golden Boy Promotions days. At first, Hopkins thought Crawford challenging Canelo was a terrible idea. That's ridiculous, he said. That's why we have weight classes. He even questioned Crawford's motivation and warned that the fight could physically harm him. Hopkins sounded like he wanted to protect Crawford from biting off more than he could chew.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a legend. It's just so much.
But now, Hopkins has done a complete 180. In a recent interview, he said Crawford has a real chance, an 85% chance, to be exact. That's not just confidence, it's conviction. He's not going in there to prove something, Hopkins said. He's going in there to show that Canelo's time is past. And for someone like Hopkins, who is careful, calculated, and not easily impressed, that's huge. He believes if Crawford takes control early and holds it, Canelo won't be able to adjust. And that could be the end of the road for the Mexican superstar.
He hopes you don't run. And Turki has a knockout bonus in this fight. And there seems to be something out there like the way for you to win this fight is to move, move, move. Is that true?
Listen.
Turki,
You need to put a small ring. A small ring. The smaller ring in the...
The only...
And then there's the cherry on top, a massive knockout bonus. His Excellency Torki Alalshik, one of the event's top backers, confirmed that whoever scores a KO will earn a huge reward. The amount wasn't revealed, but he made it clear. This fight needs a finish, not just for legacy, not just for titles, but for the fans. This event is bigger than boxing nits, a full-scale spectacle. With Saudi influence, top-level production, and showbiz flair, it's becoming more like the UFC. Alalshik also revealed that the winner will receive the most expensive Ring magazine belt ever made. Designed by a British firm known for making custom items for royalty. It's not just a trophy, it's a golden symbol of who rules the era.
It would be a disappointment if this did normal boxing numbers, you know, and let's be real, you know what Jake Paul is gonna say. He already shitted on this fight. Don't let the numbers not come anywhere close to his numbers with Tyson, and it's gonna be all bad. Would it even matter if Bud and Canelo didn't do the numbers of Jake and Tyson? Or is that an indictment on the sport that, you know, it's just showing what our fan base prefers?